am gonna do a live stream. Like I said yesterday in my video at the end, kind of, it might have been further in than the end, but I wanted to do a live stream for the results of the Tial blow valve giveaway, and I actually drawn the winner yet. I'll do that, probably at the end of this live stream. So I mean, I've just been kind of busy, helping Trevor yesterday take the Supra up, and then today I was supposed to go up with him, but plans kind of changed, and I ended up not going up there. So I definitely want to. I was planning on getting some stuff on the FD. I actually did get the turbo coolant lines, or the coolant lines off the turbocharger, the old turbocharger, which. I'm surprised how small this thing is. I can't believe this thing made 500. So yeah, I got the lines off of this turbocharger. I really don't want to use this turbo again. In comparison, I'll kind of set them close to each other, but you can see there's this one, and then the EFR, big dog over here. So I really want to put this EFR on there, 9180. It definitely needs to be on the FD. This is a S500, like an A spec or something like that. I guess they're pretty expensive, but it's like an FD turbocharger. I guess FD people know about them. And then you can see that this thing is machined like a nice, like, sharp. It's really nice and sharp, and that makes that jet engine sound. So the EFR should have the same sound because it comes machined like that, and it has a billet compressor wheel, unlike the this one's a cast. So yeah, I want to do a few little updates on some projects. So the whole BMW thing is, I'm pretty glad that I'm going to get rid of that car. I'm really glad that the engine in it was it was built, and I could use that engine. I did find like an E30 wagon, but the guy wants way too much for it, so I think that I'll just keep looking. I don't need another project right now. I definitely want to finish painting this thing. I kind of put it on the back burner since the whole I don't know what I've been doing for the last 3 weeks, but I've been doing some stuff, just haven't had time to get this thing back, the brakes painted and the quarters redone and all that stuff. So I do want to eventually paint this two-tone, like seafoam green, and the gunmetal or the dark, like whatever color that is on the bottom, and stuff like that. So let's see, E36 M3. Yeah, Tial blow-off valve giveaway. 1320 latest. No, I have not seen their latest yet. So where'd that come from? You didn't hear anything about it? I had it in a few of my videos, and I wanted to pretty much, I'll probably say this a few times in the video just as people kind of circulate through the live stream. Because I'm really sure that a lot of people aren't going to go back and watch the live stream. So the plan is, so I did this kind of Tial blow-off valve giveaway to promote my social media, just to kind of build a little bit more subscriber base. It didn't work, as good as I wanted to. It did work okay, but the plan is from now on, I just started a Patreon. So the plan from now on is I have a Patreon. I'm gonna have like a I don't know if it'll be like $15 or $25 tier, and anything above that, I'll have giveaways every month, and everybody that is above the the 15 or 25 bucks on my Patreon will automatically be entered to be drawn to win, whatever that is that month. So this next month coming up, I want to do like an ARP head stud, giveaway, because I just kind of want to keep it automotive related. And you know, I think head studs, a lot of people like a blow-off valve. A lot of people that have turbo cars, I think a Tial blow-off valve could really help them out. The same thing is with ARP head studs. I use ARP head studs. I use Tial blow-off valves. I think an ARP head stud for next month giveaway would be a very, you know, good giveaway. So I kind of want to run that through my Patreon instead of paying. Last month I paid to use like a service to do that giveaway, and is 100% free. And you know, it definitely worked out to promote. But then I had like I kind of did like Facebook advertising to try that out to see if it actually did anything more. It seemed after you do Facebook advertising, anything that you like try to post, kind of like Facebook kind of hides it. So I don't know. I'd rather just do it through my YouTube and, you know, Patreon and stuff like that. So let's see. What happened to SC300? I ended up selling it. The SC300, I really, you know, kind of wanted to keep it, but I didn't like that it had a sunroof. I don't know. It wasn't the right time to kind of have one of those. I mean, I don't know if there ever is a right time, but the 2J, I think I figured out what car I want to put it in. The thing about it is it's like a newer car. It's a 2018, and everything on it's CAN bus. So I think you know, I could get one of those cars for around 8 to 10 grand from the auction, wrecked, and I think I'm probably going to do that. I think a lot of people will be pretty stoked about it, but I do want to finish some projects before I actually do that. So I want to get the VR4 and the FD, you know, back, the VR4 back together, painted and, you know, presentable, and the FD, you know, running and driving again and presentable as well, which I think I should be able to do once I get the remainder of the bolts. I got the bolts for the, what bolts did I get? I got the bolts for the intake manifold. I need to still get the bolts for the water pump housing. So once I get those, I should be able to button that thing up. I'm probably going to end up throwing the old turbocharger. The guy that is tuning Trevor's Toyota Supra up in Denver, he said he knows how to tune FDs. I asked him if Power FC was an issue. He said, you know, it's old technology, but he can tune it. So I am most likely going to have him tune it. He said I should be able to get like in the 500 to 600 horsepower range as long as the engine doesn't have any issues, which I don't think it will. So I should be able to actually make some good power with it. And it should be like a really nice, you know, nasty, like, I don't know if you could call it sleeper daily, but, you know, really nasty FD. So let's see. Let's see, just stop and just tell. Let's see. So got a 91 VR4. What do I think about a V6 MyVex swap? I don't know. I mean, I'm sure it'd be a lot of, I don't know, it'd probably be a lot of fabrication maybe. I think the tranny is on the driver's side. I really haven't messed with those. They come in the clips. I'm pretty sure they come in the clips, but I don't know. I'm not very familiar with those engines. So have I considered 20B? Have I considered 20B in the FD? I definitely have considered it. The only thing is if I was gonna spend the money to do 20B, there's no reason I couldn't spend like another 4 grand to do like a 4 rotor, or, you know, I think like a 6 rotor is like a 20B. I think they're almost 10 grand. A 6 rotor is like 20 grand. So and then like a 4 rotor, I think is like 15. So, I mean, you know, it's when you, this 2 rotor runs right now really well. I don't really want to jinx it, and I have large enough injectors that I shouldn't blow it up. And I really don't want to go over the, you know, the 600 horsepower range. I want to get close to it, but once you go over that, I'll have to go like dowels and bigger studs in the block, and I really don't plan on doing that presently. But I think later on, I'm not sure if I'm going to stay rotary, but we'll see what happens. If I do anything with it, it'll definitely be, you know, 4 or 6 rotor. There's no reason to go 3 rotor. You can go, you know, get 20 Bs out of Cosmos all day long, and then spend whatever it costs to build those, and you know, you just keep going and going. You might as well just, you know, you can get a 6 rotor, like a fully built race engine for like, you know, the 20 grand or 15 grand, depending on what company you go through. So let's see. Ever had an SI? I've never owned a Honda. Let's see. Hurricane, Ian. What's going on? Thanks for the $2 and the $5. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing with it. It seems like any car you get is you just want to keep doing more and more and more. Like the VR4, I literally almost thought, I was like, well, I'm going to paint it. I could pull the engine and do 20 EFRs on it and do like a turbo kit and do this and that, and then I'd have to do an ECU. And the same thing with the FD. Like I was thinking, well, I'm buying this intake manifold. I might as well do like a 3 or 4 rotor swap, because you know they come with an intake manifold. And then you kind of get in this weird spot where you just like want to spend way too much money on something, but you can literally, I could just put like the old turbo back on the FD, probably make 500 horse out of it because it already made that on that turbocharger. Be happy because I could drive it around with 500 horsepower. And, you know, you just kind of like, where's it's almost a weird spot. Like, where is the point that you decide that I want to drive this car? I just want it to be a never-ending project. With the FD, I want to drive it, and the VR4, I want to drive it. So, I mean, I just kind of, you know, I think, I don't know, like the older you get, you want to kind of have less projects almost, and you want to actually enjoy them. I do like building cars, but I do definitely want to, once I get the VR4 and the FD back together, I probably want to drive them at least for the remainder of the, and especially in Colorado, the winters aren't that horrible. So I want to drive the FD and the VR4 at least for like 6 months before I even, you know, do anything major to them again. I did just get in the mail the stainless steel brake lines for the, I got the stainless steel brake lines for the VR4. So when I paint the calipers, I can put these on there, and I'll also delete the ABS while I'm at it. So this will, all these lines and stuff will go, and you know, it'll be so much, you know, simple stuff like this is nice to do. Any more collab with Sarah? I'll probably just see her at SEMA. I think that's at the end of October. We're planning on me and Trevor are planning on going to SEMA, as we do every year. And, you know, she'll be out there. David Patterson, like everybody will be out there. All the automotive people that we know will be out there. So, I mean, I'll probably, you know, hang out with them all. So, I mean, Adele will be out there. I always hang out with him at SEMA. And, you know, we usually have a pretty good time and stuff like that. Ooh, Ozzy in the room. What up, man? An LS swapped 3000. I almost thought about putting a 2J in this, but the engine I put in it, it runs nice for now, so we'll see what happens. So, yeah, I do, you know, I like to design a lot of parts for my, my cars and everything. I don't have an engineering degree. I almost, you know, I probably could go back for a year and finish it up, but I just, you know, I couldn't stand the teachers. I went through, you know, I was getting a degree in mechatronics, mechanical, electrical engineering, and you know, then I finished up my degree with a minor in business administration and a bachelor's in automotive. It's pretty much automotive engineering, but it's automotive, you know, industry. So I definitely have done a lot of CAD. I've been doing CAD since I was in high school. So now I'm like 30, shit, I'm almost like 32 now. So I've been doing, consistently doing SolidWorks for a majority of those years. I do have a lot of stuff designed. I mean, I do like designing my own parts. When you get stuff from other companies, I don't want to say names, but a lot of adapter kits and, you know, even the throttle body spacer for my, this throttle body over here, right there for the FD, I made that thing to bolt onto it. The one thing is right here, they have these grooves on the spacer. Those grooves aren't there. So if you bolt the spacer to the throttle body, you can't, you know, you don't have this groove to put the socket in to do the bolts. So, I mean, just little things like that I like to think of when I design stuff. I mean, I'm sure a lot of people don't really care about the designing stuff, but I just think it is, you know, a little bit of extra stuff that most people, automotive people, don't do. A lot of people, you know, like me and Trevor were talking about the whole Goon Squad thing in channels like Goon Squad. They get a lot of work done. They're, you know, they're blowing up. They do a lot of cool stuff. But if I was gonna just get a wrecked car from the auction, me and Trevor could pretty much bang out, I'd say, a wrecked car a week if we got a wrecked car from the auction. So, and we're just ordering parts and, you know, putting parts on a wrecked car, like factory parts, to make it look like a brand new car again. So, you know, doing stuff like painting a whole car like the VR4, I'd say is more, you know, intense than my connection did some weird stuff. Here, let me go back to the CAD thing. Sorry about that. Okay, so I was talking about like the whole, you know, just putting parts on cars. It's really easy. You know, it's cool that they do, like, channels like that do well, but I think there should be more weight on like Trevor or me or I don't know. Adam does a lot of stuff, but, you know, it's just like you could order a lot of parts and put them on cars, but people see it differently on the internet than in real life. So that's kind of where I'm coming from. I do like designing parts. This kind of got sidetracked. How do you enter? So it's too late to enter the valve giveaway. I'm going to draw that at the end of this live stream, but the ARP I was talking about, you know, I'm going to do it through my Patreon. So there's a link in, I don't know if it's in this description. It should be, but in my last video, there's a link in the description. I haven't put a tier in yet, but it's probably going to be a $15 or $25 one. I'll think about that later, and I'll start it most likely tomorrow or the next day. Let's see. So the paint job on the VR4 actually isn't done yet. I mean, the body, I want to redo the quarters because, you know, it had those runs, and when you sand it, you can kind of see it in the clear. But the part where I did, you know, polish it, and, you know, the whole tops of the quarters and all that stuff, they came out very nice, and the car is very straight, but I just can't stand that little wavy stuff on the bottoms where the little runs were at. So I am actually pretty impressed on how it came out. I've never, you know, painted a whole car before. You know, the mistakes that I did, it's just a learning experience. Like, you know, like I say all the time, educations aren't free. You know, I'm gonna have to repaint the quarters, but, you know, it's a learning process. If you don't ever learn how to do something, or you know, you wouldn't know anything. So I do like the color. I like how it came out. I am excited to see the whole car this color and done. I also I haven't put in a video yet, I don't think, but I had to order a whole nother set of taillights from Japan because the first set I got were bad. So I have those now, and these ones are actually very clean. So I'm really excited about that. So let me see what you guys are saying. CAD for life. Shout you out. What's up, Ben? What are you doing? I haven't found your calipers yet. Just to let you know. Hurricane Iron, thanks for the $10. What do you say? You got 13 cars. You gotta make up your mind on what I want to do with them. Just got an R8. Damn. Yeah, you're doing better than me if you have an R8. And I'm just messing with, you know, 90s VR4s and 90s FDs. I'm broke, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, R8s are tight. Let's see. What did I do for a living? I mean, even before I had a job at, you know, before I had a job at Cummins or anything like that, I've always had, you know, I guess I'd say really nice cars. My blue coupe, my 240 used to be, you know, it was a nice car. But the thing about it is, when I had that, I worked, you know, a lot. When I was in high school, I've always had a job since I was like 13. So, I mean, when I was in high school, I had like 2 jobs. When I was in college, I had 3 jobs, and you know, it just a lot of work. And now that, you know, I'm older, I don't have a job right now, and I really don't want to work for anybody ever again. I'll try to just figure stuff out to you know, work for myself instead of, you know, working for somebody else and having hours and going into work and then having to deal with, you know, the BS of work. And then you have less time for yourself. It's kind of nice when you work for yourself. It's almost like you can, you know, you go to work when you want. If you don't work, you don't make money, stuff like that. So so do I have the Juke or the poor man Supra? I do not have either of those anymore. They're gone. Yeah, I don't know why they cut classes. Like, you'd think they'd be able to fill those things. Ooh, R30. I've always liked the 32 GTRs, but then there's the 33, and then there's the, you know, the 30 and the 34, and I don't know. It's just like, I it's like an addiction. It's like crack. It's like car people's crack. You just want more and more cars, and it's like, oh, that's a nice car. I should buy one of those. But you know, it's everybody has their own addiction. So can I build an all-wheel drive 6-rotor and finish before Rob Dom? I mean, if I had the subscriber base, and I literally think Rob had like a GoFundMe and got like almost 100 grand off of it for the 6-rotor. And he has like all these, you know, sponsors backing him. I mean, if I had that kind of money, I would already have been done with it, because I would have probably focused on it, because that's where my income was coming from. Instead of right now, my income doesn't come from YouTube or anything like that. A very small percentage comes from YouTube. I almost spend, no, I don't almost. I spend a lot more on YouTube to create content than I ever make back. So, I mean, if I had Rob Dom's, you know, income off of YouTube and his following, I would definitely have finished the 6-rotor before it even went to SEMA. B is for build. I think B is for build does a lot of stuff. You know, it's been discussed before. Time out, but let's go back to B is for build. So B is for build, you know, he does a lot of projects, and they are very cool projects. But you know, it's been talked about before. He half-asses them to, you know, get them done quick, because people's attention span on YouTube is almost nothing. So I mean, most car channels don't make it because of the whole attention span thing. But you know, he does cool stuff. I've heard about that putty filler. I was just afraid to try it. Any luck with the 240Z? I haven't really looked. I've kind of looked, but I haven't really found any parts for it, you know. Is this the all-wheel drive version? It is the all-wheel drive version. Toyota Soarer, they're pretty tight. Still got my guns, or sold a lot of them. Which guns? I have a few. The plans for the G35, they're, you know, it works. I need to get it lined sometime. What's today? Tomorrow's Wednesday, so I need to probably get it aligned tomorrow or Thursday. There's a drift event Sunday, or maybe it's Saturday. There's a drift event sometime this weekend, and I'm going to take the G35 there and give it some rips. So, you know, the car works. It kind of just, you know, kind of sits around. But I so far, you know, $400, haven't had any issues with it. So I don't know. Am I gonna detail the engine bay? Well, right now it's gonna get, you know, probably some more body filler dust on it, so I really don't worry about it. But yeah, I'll detail it once I'm done. I mean, all I have to do is spray some of this. I got this pink stuff right here. You buy it in a gallon. You just come over here and give it a spritz. and then take a rag and you pretty much just wipe it like so. And you know how when you look at a new car and it's all nice and shiny? Bam. It's the same stuff. You literally just spray. You don't even need to wipe it off. You could just like spray it on and hose it off, and the engine bay will look like that again once I'm done. It is being neglected, but I have all this stuff going on with the FD, so I definitely try. Oh, and then I need to delete this cat. I mean, I have some guns. What was that? That was a bolt. It fell down. Let's see. A few years ago. I mean, I still have my ARs. I have I don't know if I could actually show this on YouTube without them like, demonetizing my video. But I traded a pair of wheels for this, and actually it was like the worst set of wheels, and the guy just wanted them for his Camaro so bad that he's like, yeah, I have this, I'll trade you. So I mean, I get guns as like they come available. I don't really go out and buy a bunch of bullets or anything like that. I just, if there's one and somebody wants to trade, or if there's one that's cheap, I'll I'll buy it. But other than that, you can only shoot so many at a time. It's closing, but let's see. Bring that G30 down for Lone Star. I'll bring my 350Z. I was I don't know. I don't know about driving all the way down to Lone Star to go drift. Let's fly. Thanks, man. The shop house. So I haven't started on the shop house. I want to, I don't know, my debate is, so here's my debate. I could either get an acre, I could get 5 acres, or I can get 120 acres. And I cannot decide what I want to do with where I want to build it. The 120 acres is further out, further south from Pueblo. And the problem with that is if I ever had to get a job, I would, I'd have to commute, which I really don't want to do. When I worked for Cummins, I literally lived in the ghetto, so I didn't have to commute. I don't like sitting in traffic. It is, I don't know. If I had to sit in traffic every day, I most likely would kill myself. So, I don't know. I'm just in this situation where like there's a cool land, some cool land that's an acre, and there's some cool land that's like 5 acres, and then there's like 120 acres. But it's just deciding what's enough for me. And the 120 acres obviously has no covenant, so I could do whatever I wanted on it. It would be 120 acres, so I wouldn't really have to worry about neighbors complaining. And I'd want to build a shop house on it. I could probably build a pretty decent sized track on it. 120 acres, if you think about the square footage, or the circumference of it, it is a mile long if you go all the way around the edge. So I could technically have a mile long track, but I kind of have to figure out what I want to do, And, you know, if this whole YouTube thing is going to pan out to actually become a sustainable, you know, sustainable income where I could do cool things and people would, you know, support watching videos and stuff like that. So we'll see. The power goals for the 3000. Whoops. So, I mean, I think it's at like at least 300 right now. But it is a heavy car. I would like to put larger turbochargers on it. Eventually, a standalone ECU, because the ECU that comes in these stock does cause a lot of issues. If I did do a standalone, I could pretty much run high impedance injectors, get rid of the resistor pack, get rid of a bunch of these, you know, sensors that are pretty much, you know, just kind of stuffed in there for emissions, and I could put a different throttle body on it, different intake manifold, do my whole radiator and intercooler setup. So I don't know. I definitely want to do some stuff to it and maybe get 600 out of it, and you know, have a really nice, fun VR4. But I want to do that. You know, I want to drive it, so I want to do it later on. Yeah, I mean, Hurricane Ian, um, that that's just like the whole point. I mean, there's a lot of guys that, I mean, I think the Goon Squad right now, I mean, they're probably making at least, I'd say at least 10 to 20 grand a month, if not more. And you know, they are progressing their builds, but I feel like they should do, you know, start doing so much more, because it literally seems like they build a car, they do, you know, some stuff with it, and that's the last you see of the car. So I don't know. I mean, I definitely, you know, props to them for, they blew up. I mean, I guess it could be because that they're younger. You know, I'm like an old ass man, and you know, they're busting shit out. When I was like 18, you know, I did the same thing. I just, you know, YouTube wasn't what it is now back then, and I think right now YouTube is actually a very good opportunity if you can actually get people behind you and you know, get them to enjoy your videos and like what you're doing and watch them, and you know, and share them and stuff like that. So do I know any good websites for 3000 G2 parts? I've looked. I mean, you can find stuff on, you know, good parts are on eBay if you look for them. I guess there's that, what is it, the 3s.org or something. I think they have a parts store. Come close to Canada. I've actually been thinking about going to Canada for like a little vacation thing. 120 is too much to take care of. Yeah, I mean, it is a lot, but it wouldn't have a covenants. So I wouldn't really have to, you know, I mean, I don't know. Go for the 5 acres. Yeah, but the 5 acres has covenants. So I mean, they kind of tell you what's the law, and you have to abide by it. Instagram. Oh yeah. Ooh, personal rally track on 180 acres. I it seems like in Colorado there's either, it's like 1 acre, 5 acres, 10 acres. Like there's no, and then it goes to like 120 acres. And then from 120, it seems like it goes to almost like 400 something. And there's like no in between. So I wouldn't mind having like 250, but I mean, the 120, 120 acres here, where I want to buy it isn't too horrible. It's like 75, 79,000 for 120. So I mean that's not horrible. So if I got um, like 250, it'd almost be like 150 or something, like depending on who was selling it and how bad they needed money and stuff like that. So I need to figure something out because I really want to build a shop house just so I could finally, you know, I've been on my own for a long time, but right now I'm kind of in this stagnant spot where I'm not used to, um, I'm used to kind of owning all my stuff, and I haven't lived with my I haven't lived with my parents since I was like right when I was 18. I like moved into dorms, and then from the dorms, I pretty much bought a house, and then from my house, I worked for Cummins, and I rented a place, and then I came back and I lived in my house, and now I live with my grandma. So, I mean, for almost, what is that? I don't know, almost a long ass time. I lived by myself. I had some girlfriends in between there, but I mean, I lived by myself. I made the rules and stuff like that. I mean, my grandma is awesome, but it's just, I'm like 32 and I live with my grandma, so I don't live in the basement yet. So, but I plan on building a shop house. So I have not announced the winner yet. I'm waiting till the end of it. It'll probably be in, usually these live streams, usually the live streams go for about an hour, 60 minutes, maybe a little bit over, maybe a little bit less, but sometime around there, I'll open up my laptop and hit the button, and it will shoot out a winner. So we'll see. Toronto or Niagara Falls? Yeah, I'll do that, man. How much water rights? I'm not sure. I'd have to call the realtor and see. I believe the 120 acres I would own all the mineral rights, but I don't think that includes the water rights. So I'd have to check. It may include like a well or so, or maybe two wells. I'd just have to see. Uh, this one guy I know that owns a shop. He owns, I think, like 75% of all the water rights for the Arkansas River. So, I mean, I'm not sure how that would work. Did I try to put myself on a schedule? I usually schedule videos. I haven't been for a while. Last week I did schedule them, and I mean, I do like doing dailies. The only issue with it is if I, you know, dailies is as the internet permits. Sometimes a video will upload in 15 minutes, 30 minutes, and sometimes it will literally take a whole day to upload a video. So it's kind of hard. If I start uploading a video at 1 in the morning, I wake up, it's only 15% uploaded, and then the rest of the day I'm trying to upload it, and it finally gets up at like 8 or the next day. It's that's what makes it hard to do dailies. And I try to do I try to do is some videos, and I try to make them as good as I can with, you know, the facilities and, you know, the parts and stuff that I have at the moment. I believe that, you know, from the beginning of my channel to where it is now, it has consistently progressed. So, you know, as I keep making more and more videos, I feel like they will, you know, hopefully get better and better, and you guys will enjoy them, you know, that much more. And also, as I get more comfortable speaking on camera and stuff like that, I've never been a very, you know, strong public speaker. When I did work for Cummins, I had some high level presentations and stuff, and I did well with those. But the thing is large groups and stuff like that. It's when I was in like high school and stuff, you know, I didn't do any of that stuff. I pretty much was a computer tech, didn't talk to that many people. I pretty much knew, I think, a good majority of the people in high school, and but I really didn't, you know, talk to very many people. So, I mean, as videos progress, it just, you know, it'll get better and better, hopefully. How's T-Mobile treating me? I'm going to say that, you know, T-Mobile from Verizon, the only difference is I have free Netflix on T-Mobile. Verizon, you know, they're both. It seems like all the providers are just shitty, like super shitty. It may just be where I'm at, but it seems like everybody I've talked to, everybody has a problem with it. Even my grandma was talking shit about Verizon. So, and she doesn't talk shit about anybody. I mean, I don't think I've ever heard my grandma call somebody a jerk off, but she called Verizon jerk off. So, I mean, I don't know. I just think that all the service providers just take your money and don't give you what you pay for. And it's just, I think it's BS, but there's nothing you can do about it. So, I mean, whatever service provider you have, unless you have like Cricket or, I don't know what other ones are out there, but I mean, Verizon, T-Mobile, Sprint, I think they're all comparable. Merry Christmas. Go, Granny. Ian, yeah, I plan on doing a like an ECU master in the FD, probably an ECU master in the VR4. Right now, I have the Power FC in the FD. So, I mean, I think that stuff's kind of older technology. The newer stuff, there's a little bit better control than you get with the older stuff, and it's a little bit easier navigation when you're tuning. Thanks. Have I thought about making series videos? I definitely have thought about doing that. The only issue with doing that is I don't have my own shop. So the whole issue with making videos with, you know, the VR4 and the FD and, you know, videos with multiple cars in them is that, you know, I don't have my own place. I can't literally, I couldn't tear the VR4 down and spend weeks and weeks, like a month to paint it, because then it'd be in Trevor's way. Trevor would get mad. You know, it would be his content is how he makes money. I would, you know, it'd be like I'd be messing with his source of income. It's just, you know, something that wouldn't work. So definitely once I have my own spot, it'll be, you know, I could just do a build, focus on it, do, you know, 3000 GT Series 1, you know, doing body work, Series 2 doing paint, like just busting stuff out. It'll be a lot easier than the situation I am in now. Is kind of why my videos are the way they are. As I kind of, you know, once I get my own place with a shop, and I can actually do series, it will happen. So just bear with it. It's just, you know, the situation, and I'm kind of working with what I have, and it's kind of the best I can, you know, do with what I have. So hopefully most people that aren't subscribed understand, and the people that are subscribed, you know, kind of understand where I'm coming from and how things are working and stuff like that. What's up, Joe? Yeah, the shop is very, very cluttered. I mean, me and Trevor just need to. I mean, I really don't have very much left in that shop other than right now the BMW engine, but it definitely is very cluttered, and it's almost, you know, there's a lot of good stuff, but on the other hand, it's, you know, clutter. My Series 1 will be rewiring something. That's funny. Okay, so let me get a drink of this. Oh man, what the fuck? Maybe I'm not going to get a drink of this because I think a Miller was in it. God damn it. Well, I'm gonna get a different glass because some bug decided to caulk my glass, and I'll let you guys kind of chill out here while I do that. So, you know, hang out in the garage by yourself for a second. Tight. This is the lock. Window lock. All right. Starting on Conquest. I knew this guy that had built one. It's pretty tight, but I think he spent a lot of money to build it. But it was tight. Sick19, thanks, man. I'll call him later. IS300, I've looked at him. Okay, so I think This fly is pissing me off. That's what I think. Where's it? I'm gonna get this fly before we do the giveaway thing, because he's pissing me off. Oh, fuck you. Come back here, bitch. Keep landing on my damn leg. Okay. Hopefully I don't have any porn on here yet. Let's see. Oh no. Rotate. God damn fly. Fuck off. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. We're on the streets of Mexico. Live action, day versus fly. There's so many flies in here because the people across the street have a bunch of horses. And it is on my goddamn leg again. Come here, fly. It's like literally the most irritating thing, flies. Okay. Okay. Let's do this. So we got one finished. Okay, here we go. All right, so I'm gonna, let's see. Yeah, I said porn on my laptop. Have I built any rock crawlers? No, I have not. My dad's friend builds a lot of like Pikes Peak Hill Climb cars, and he builds that Japanese guy Monsters car. He builds like touring trucks, all kinds of shit. Ooh, green from Jeep JK Wrangler. That'd be tight. Get out of here. Look at this fly. Brave. Let's see if I can get him with my finger. Shit. Okay, let's do this. Draw winners. I don't know how, this is the first time I've ever done this, so I don't know how exactly how it works, but how I think it works is it draws somebody, and then, you know, then I'm gonna have to contact them. If that person doesn't respond, then I'm gonna have to go to the next person down the list. Yeah, he builds, he consecutively builds his car. Come on, draw this stuff already. It's thinking. Get out of here, fly. The Mitsubishi green always seemed to like fade and peel the clear. Oh, that oh shit. Come on. I don't know. It's like thinking. I don't know why it's on the Wi-Fi. Just like maybe the live stream's slowing it down. So it's like, I don't know, it's thinking or something. Shouldn't be blurry. Come on. Get this stuff done. Why no updates on the V70R? The V70R, I need to do a power steering pump on it, and I still haven't used that. Well, I don't have a Windows-based computer, so my computer's Mac. My desktop that I don't use anymore is Mac, and the computer I actually have that is Windows-based is so old that I don't want to spend the money for Vita for it not to work on that computer. So I may end up just buying a cheapie from Best Buy just so I can upload the tranny revision. Once the whole tranny issue is sorted with Vita, I should be able to, I want to do coilovers, I want to do, some poly bushings, and the power steering pump needs to be replaced, and it needs ball joints. So other than that, I think the car should be fine. It really pulls hard. Once it gets past that whole, once it gets in a third, the rest of the gears are fine, and it definitely gets, it gets going. I've got it up to, I think, 130. The ball joints are weird though, so it kind of, it's kind of sketchy at 130. So probably could go faster, but I don't want to take it there with sketchy ball joints. And I don't know what's going on with this drawing because it's still thinking about it. VirtualBox on my Mac. I have Parallels. I don't know if I want to. It just does weird stuff when you do like tuning software, and then it really seems to slow. Like Trevor put it on his Mac, and it really seemed to slow it down. So I don't want to, put it fully install it on my Mac. So this one is not for Patreon members. So the next one for the head studs. So the Tial blow-off valve was for, I did it through Gleam. It's like some company in, I think, Europe that does this. They do this. They have this app kind of thing that compiles all the names and then draws a winner. But the thing with it is it's kind of a pain, and it costs like almost $1,000 a year to have. I only paid for a month, and that's after that month, the first time using it, I really didn't want to have to use it again. So this one is through Gleam, and I just started my Patreon a couple of days ago, and what's going to happen with that, the next one for the ARP head studs, which I want to start probably tomorrow or the next day, and I want to do that through my Patreon and do every consecutive one through my Patreon and have like a tier, so when people go like $15 or $25 above on my Patreon, they're automatically entered to win, automatically be entered to be in that drawing to win a prize, whatever prize that is for that month. So I think that'll be a lot easier and a lot better than this whole going through this other software and then having a Patreon and stuff like that. This one was 100% free. It was just to promote my social media. So I was trying to get my YouTube out there, and it didn't work as well as I thought it would. Actually, it didn't work that well at all. I think I only gained a couple hundred subscribers off of it. Let's see what's going on. And it cost me, I probably, the whole thing's going to cost me like close to $1,000, including the blow-off valve and everything. So I mean, it definitely wasn't worth it to do. So I mean, the whole Patreon thing, I think, will be a lot better and work a lot better for the next giveaways. Still thinking. I don't know. Any progress with RB30? No, I haven't made any progress. I haven't even designed anything because I've been working on the FD stuff. You need a front air down. I have one of the spare active arrow ones that that came off another car. So I mean, I have one of those. The 3000 is gonna be fire when it's done. Thanks. More wiring videos. I try to keep my sanity from doing only as many wiring videos are that required. I'll definitely be tucking this soon. You know, probably over the winter. I'll probably tuck this. Thanks, Adrian. Yes, active arrow. Yeah, I have one. I mean, I think they're worth like, I mean, they're huge. I think it'd be more to ship it than it would be to, than I think I'd want like 50 bucks for it. And I think it'd be like probably over 50 bucks to ship that thing. It's so big. It doesn't weigh anything though. Hear the LS run? Yeah, I am too. I definitely want to hear the LS run soon. An update on all my projects. Yeah, most of them are pretty much the same as they were. Yeah, merging harnesses is a pain. LS240 progress, I have not done anything to it for a while. I'm almost disappointed this is taking so long. I thought it was just gonna be like hit the button and it'd just like pop out a winner. And I'm only on 15% on my battery, so I don't know what's going on with this thing. Let's see. Oh, shit. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to draw one winner. Let's draw this 10%, 100%. Okay, let's see. So the person that is a potential winner is Nikola Petrovic. So I have to make sure that they did all the required stuff and are actually still subscribed to me and stuff like that. But we'll see if this person, this is the one that's selected, but they have to, you know, meet all the requirements that are in the official rules section. So let's see. You need a 90. I need a 91 VR4 bumper as well. You know, I have a car that doesn't have one. I have a 94 up bumper. I have a few of those. Reload the page. No, it went through. So pick the 240Z. Ooh, Millennium Jade. The 240Z, I might have actually figured the color out. I may end up using that GTR Midnight Opal, or there's a Porsche green that I've seen. Let's see. So the working one, it pretty much just bolts, 2 bolts to that side of the motor, and then there's 2 bolts to the other side, and then there's like a bunch of other bolts that go into that front subframe piece. The name off of GTA 5. Oh. I don't know what the Porsche color is, but it is definitely tight. So I will definitely update on the actual winner. If this, I still have to make sure that everything is okay with the official rules and everything. And if this is you, you may have won a Tial blow-off valve. So I'll be in contact with you, and I'll check there's like a thing in here that verifies that they have completed all the actions and are actually still subscribed to me and still on my Instagram and stuff like that, which was a whole part of the giveaway, was to gain you know what am I trying to say? Gain subscribers in social media kind of outreach. So, do I plan on modding the engine? It will definitely stay twin turbo. I don't really want a single turbo it. I mean, single turbo would be a lot simpler. A lot of people put the single turbo here, and now that I have a lot of room, I could see why they do that. But I want to go with twin EFRs, like 6160. I forgot what the exact number is. There might be 7168s or 6178, something like that. But I definitely want to have twins and equal length, exhaust, and I always go crazy with these things, so I don't want to mess with it right now. When I was in Texas, I saw a couple of VR4s for sale, and at that time, I didn't need any more parts, and it was not until that dude messed up my doors and my fenders and my hood, and then I needed parts. So, now that the car is coming together and it isn't all the doors, I have different doors, I have different fenders, I have a new hood, a new used hood, and holy shit, what the look at this. It's like, I don't know what's going on here. It's not a spider, it's like a fly. Okay, this live stream is going to turn into a fly killing stream, so we're going here. Yeah, you're dead. Okay, back at it again with the get out of here. Get out of here. They're like attacking me. Irritating. Where's these flies at? Get out of here. Okay. Here, fly. You find a fly now. Literally, if I sit down, they'll just like swarm me. Where are you at? Like a real Twitch stream. It's not on Twitch. So I think the tranny on the VR4 would be fine too. Like, I think 600, as long as you're not launching it, probably rolling into like 600 horse, and I mean, as long as you're not going from like first to like third, and trannies not neither to timing belts, high load. But let's see what we got here. To the right of the VR4, are you talking about the trailer right there? This thing? Is that what you're talking about? It's so this is my dad's. I guess I could show it to you. I mean, I don't know. He has it all like tied up and stuff. I don't really want to dick with it, but so he built this thing. It's just like an army generator trailer, and he made it into like a camper. So you like sleep in it, and there's like a 12-volt TV in it. He was watching the news and stuff on it, and it's pretty tight. It's definitely, there's the tiny homes. This is like a micro machine home. So here flies. I'm definitely gonna try to get a fly really good before I end this live stream. I have to probably sit down so they swarm me again. Or is there one right here? Is there one right here? I think that one's dead. Micro. I thought they still made micro machines. All right, I'm going to sit down so these flies swarm me so we can end this video. Put my laptop somewhere. Damn it, I like have nowhere to put this shit. I'll just set it in here with the FD taillights that I'm going to mod. Do I have any VR4 parts? I have too many VR4 parts, and they're all for sale. I have a whole car that I'm trying to sell. So we're gonna sit and wait for the flies, because I know they're gonna try to get my legs, bastards. Come on, fly. No, we're gonna get you. Oh man, it said low battery again. Should hold the gun. I could probably get them better if I did sideways. $100 for the air dam. I only want $50 for it. Just DM me on Instagram, and we'll work something out. Oh man, I mean, literally, if I put my legs like this so I can't see them, the flies are gonna just watch us. They'll be one so fast. I didn't go today to the dyno. So yesterday it just made as much as the drift car, but today I'm guessing it probably made what Trevor was expecting out of it, because yesterday, oh shit, I don't know if I can get him though. I have to be slow. Oh, fuck off. There you go. There you go. Oh man, I missed. Shit's hard to do with one hand. Oh, look at that. These things kind of suck. They're not as good as they show in the commercials. That's not fly. Get out of here. Oh man, I don't have any good side skirts. The only ones I have that are decent that I'm going to use for this still have some broken tabs. All the other ones have broken tabs. Okay, let's see. God damn, Linda. Where are you? Yeah, I mean, these things are supposed to be like, if I had CO2 on this, it'd probably be really good because it's like just not enough power to get them. I mean, here's a beetle. I can get this beetle. They get pissed though. Oh yeah, he's mad. You need so many parts. Yeah, I mean, I have a lot of parts depending where you're at. I just want to really try to get rid of them without, you know, just throwing them away. But I'm not gonna. I don't want to really ship them to somebody for free. I mean, that's what it seems like everybody wants on Facebook. They're like, you want, like literally I had the old sail panels for this that were really clean, or actually they're off of the other car. They were really clean, and I had those ones off this car, and I had them for $50. And somebody was like, that's too expensive. How about 25? I'm like, shipping is more than $25. So, oh well. I don't think I'm going to be able to get a fly. The fly card's not in the cards tonight. I thought I was going to be able to get one, but I'm not saying he's not. I'm just, you know, if he wants to pay, destroy that beetle. I think I got that beetle pretty good. I just don't want to, you know, eat shipping. I mean, if he needs some parts, you know, just hit me up on Instagram. I'm sure we could work out some stuff that benefits us both, so I don't have to throw a bunch of stuff away. I really don't want to, you know, I don't like throwing stuff away. Like good stuff, you know, it's not, there's always somebody that's going to be like, I wish you didn't throw that away. What's up, Joe's? Or Jose? I don't know. Yeah, the deliver stuff. That is a good point. I didn't even think about that. I love when people are like, so me and Trevor drive all over the country to pick stuff up. If something's in Denver, we're in Pueblo, we'll pick something up. But literally every single time somebody messages me to buy something, they're like, oh, you're in Pueblo? That's too far. They're like, I'm in Springs. I'm like, it's only 30 minutes away. Like, did you drive to Castle Rock today? Did you drive to Monument? Like, 30 minutes isn't that far. But I don't know. Like, if you live in California, anywhere you go is going to be 30 minutes. So I just think, you know, Facebook's weird. S13 parts. You'll pay shipping. What parts do you need? Ooh, sea salt. I haven't thought about that. I mean, most of the stuff I have off of these cars is nice, man. Thanks for the. I mean, you've donated almost $40 on this stream. I appreciate that a lot, man. Watching from Florida. Awesome. That's so tight. Are you still in Georgia, Nate? I have that I have a few SR swaps. SR swaps and a bunch of different conditions. Amazon ruined shipping. Yep, they did. Louisiana, Pennsylvania. Oh man, this is tight. Ooh, still down there. That's you need to get back. You need to get back soon. Indiana, tight. Arizona, man, I have people all over the US. This is tight. I'm the man. Thanks, man. You're the man. Denmark, awesome. Good morning, man. Come back to Arizona. I was looking at 240 in Arizona just like a few minutes ago. Oh, I mean like an hour ago. I lied. Iowa, New Mexico, tight. SoCal, tight. All right, so I think, this is the end of the video. If you're the winner of the blow-off valve, I'll contact you via email, and I'll get everything sorted. I'll have to order the blow-off valve and have it shipped to you. And my battery's on 5%, so I really need to wrap this up. But thanks for watching. Comment below, subscribe if you're not subscribed. Also click that bell for notifications, and hopefully I'll see you guys tomorrow.